Hey, what's up YouTube? Scott here, and today I got something a little bit different. Today I have an unpackaging, unboxing if you will, of something that I ordered off of Amazon. I'm not being paid for this review. This will be the review that I include on my Amazon website when I go back and put my review and my rating. A couple weeks ago, purchased myself a DJI Mavic Pro, got myself the Fly More bundle, and I'm currently using my iPhone 6s Plus. I have a couple of iPad minis. They fit in the controller itself fairly well. What I discovered was that even though having the controller and being able to put the mini in there, it's fairly big and it's wide when the minis are in there, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to purchase an iPad mini 4 or if I wanted to possibly use a larger tablet. Ordered this one, and it cost me $27 Canadian. I guess I'm in Canada. It's not one of the super expensive ones, made by a company called Sunny Life. It says remote controller for the mobile DJI Mavic Pro, and it says black. So and the reason that I got this one instead of really expensive ones is mainly because I'm not planning on using the iPad as my permanent solution. It's nice to have every now and then, but sometimes I just want to go out and fly with my iPhone. I'll open this up and see what's included inside here. Again, I don't have super high expectations considering the price and what others are selling these same setups or devices for. But so this is the plate, a metal mount, goes somewhere in here. Comes with a screwdriver, hardware. Looks like I've got an Allen wrench and a couple of screws. The main mount portion. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's fairly sturdy. The spring feels relatively strong in there. I don't feel like it's gonna break on me. It looks like it will definitely hold my iPad Pro. There doesn't seem to be any instructions in here. It's weird. It's got a kind of a grippy but slick feel to, I think it's aluminum, fairly light. Anyways, this is my first time using this, so I have no idea how this goes together. I'm just gonna base this off of what I saw on their web page. A couple of screw options here. This looks like this screw is gonna go into here. It's the only place that has a tiny little screw hole. Oh, struggling away here. So I guess first thing would be, it'd be nice if they made this screw or the screwdriver magnetic. Now I also I got this with my Amazon Prime membership. I did pay to have it express post to me for 2-day. Cost me $4 Canadian, but I was planning on doing some flying this weekend, but it looks like the weather's going to turn on us and we're not going to get the same weather that they were talking about previously. That looks like that's where the mount itself goes. I could be wrong. I guess maybe you could probably do it lower if you wanted it down below where you're controlling it from. I guess this way here would actually block the control panel on the Mavic remote. Can always turn that upside down, I guess. It looks like there's probably a couple of different options as far as how you place this. Alright, so I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to go on the premise that I'm going to be flipping the base plate in the controller if I need to. The other benefit you get with doing a mount that is higher than the actual controller, you can actually use a standard iPhone cable with it. You don't have to get that right angle business. Keep the wire, it makes it harder to hold, so they get a right angle for the end of the controller where it goes into the iPad. And so that's pretty tight in there. That's not going to go anywhere. I didn't put a lot of pressure. The screw that's in here, I didn't mount it in too far, but it's tight enough. And let's have a look here. So the idea is you're going to open up the controller here. We're going to pop out the stock USB to whatever you're using cable. I'm going to pop out this little wire guide. That's not bad. The weight's not going to be too bad. I still have a bit of ability to bend this here. I think for my first try, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it around, put it in here, I'm going to grip it in. My controller, my screen will be lower, but I have full view, so I'm going to stop the video here for a second. I'm going to run and grab my iPad, and we'll see back from there. So anyways, we've got our screen mount, I should say. It's in place here. It looks like there's an option to do a smaller device. Probably if you're going to use a phone or something in here, you don't need to use the whole section. Which brings me to a point of, if you could stick something in here when a phone is pressed in, say like a battery pack. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually charge the controller for the Mavic while it's in flight if you're using the USB port on the bottom for your device. On this side, on the USB charging port, you can actually run a cable and you could connect it to a battery pack. If you were a regular phone user, you could put your phone in here and put a battery pack across there, and you have to find one that's the right size, but it will charge. So all I'm going to do is I've just got this on a flat surface here, and I'm just going to push down gently on the bottom, and I'm going to put it in place. So I can see right now it definitely changes the weight. The mount itself is still holding fairly well. I don't feel like it's loosened off at all. I think what I'm going to wind up doing when I'm flying is probably have this kind of resting on my arms anyways, primarily because I don't want to drop my iPad if this does pop out. And we're just going to flip this around. So this would be the setup where you're blocking your screen. Definitely feels a lot more weighted, centered. You'd be a little blind to the controls. You can feel the joysticks, but as far as the pause button and that kind of stuff goes, you wouldn't have direct access to that. But I think this is kind of the way they intended for this to be working. So I guess the benefit, a nice big screen. You can use an iPad that you already have. You don't have to go out and buy one specifically dedicated to this device. This is an iPad Pro 9.7 inch, so it's got lots of processing power. It's 128 gigabyte of storage space, so I can do a lot of recording with that. I can have the videos come back to the device, and I can play around with them if I'm doing on the spot editing, whatever I want. So as far as the pause button goes, I guess you kind of figure out, you'd remember where it is, or you can turn it to a side and, you know, just kind of find it there. But it's comfortable. It didn't feel off weight. You'd have to remember where all your other buttons are. I know a lot of people say that a lot of the things to control the device are on this screen, and they're 100% right. You can fly this device without even looking at a screen. From a weight standpoint, if I wanted to get the perfect shot framed with this, I think this is great. This is feels good. It saves me a ton of money. A ton. The closest competitor that everyone is after out there would have cost me about $90 Canadian to get shipped to me. I think it's like $60 or $70 for the unit, and 13 or $14 for shipping, and it's the one everybody raves about. But that's my my unboxing video, tutorial, whatever you want to call it, of this one here, Sunny Life smartphone tablet holder for the Mavic Pro. I got the black, comes in white as well. For what I'm going to call 1/3 the cost of the competition, this seems like it's a pretty good solution. You got any questions? Drop a comment down below. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be starting putting up more tutorial videos now on things that I've done with my my Mavic. And give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks. Bye.